Yael Sadan, a Moroccan Jew living in Brooklyn, knew she would have difficulty conceiving a child naturally. Her doctor had told her so years ago. So for the last few years, she tried various fertility treatments, but had some reservations about egg donation.
It was important to me to have my offspring carry on a piece of my ethnicity and my religion. Like I wanted to be able to pass that along.
In the Jewish faith, religion is matrilineal, meaning that a person is only Jewish if their mother is too. For Jewish couples dealing with infertility, opting for egg donation can be tricky then. While they may try to raise their child by the Jewish tradition, if the egg donor they use is not Jewish, technically, neither is their child.
The majority of Orthodox couples who avail themselves of egg donation today will request a Jewish egg donor.
Dr. Richard Grausi is the founder of Genesis Fertility, where he uses methods like in vitro fertilization, artificial insemination, and more recently, egg donation. Since it was introduced in the 1980s, egg donation is a last resort for many women who are too old to produce viable eggs on their own. The process involves syncing up the menstrual cycles of the donor and recipient, procuring several mature eggs from the donor, inseminating those eggs with the recipient father's sperm, and then transferring the embryo into the recipient mother's womb. It's a complicated procedure, but successful. The CDC estimates that more than 50% of donor egg embryo transfers result in a live birth. Dr. Grausi's Brooklyn clinic is located a stone's throw from one of the largest Jewish communities in the United States.
2/3 of my practice are Jewish couples, and about half of those are Orthodox Jewish couples.
People need Jewish donors, and they're really not to be found here.
For this reason, Ruth Tavor, an Israeli, created New York LifeSpring, an agency that recruits Israeli women to donate their eggs to Jewish couples.
They're mature. They've done a lot in the army. It's a life experience and a very meaningful one.
Many Israeli women come to the U.S. to travel or to go to school and soon find themselves with little or no money left, the result of trying to keep up with an American lifestyle that is significantly more expensive than the Israeli one they are used to. That was the case for this Israeli woman who wishes to remain anonymous. She moved to New York City 5 years ago and spotted an ad in the local Israeli newspaper offering $8,000 to Jewish Israeli egg donors.
Egg donation seemed like a good way to make some money that I would feel good about.
She was preparing to start school, and both she and her partner were having trouble finding jobs.
The day of the donation, we had $60 in our account. That was all the money we had.
When you see such an ad with a lot of money, you always get, you want to make sure that they're doing it for the right reasons. I have to believe that they really understand the meaning of what they do, that they really have the power to change somebody's life.
Once this donor felt reassured that the process was safe and that it would not affect her future ability to conceive, she donated her eggs at New York University's fertility center. But shortly after her first donation and midway through her second, she began to feel uneasy about other aspects of the process.
Initially, I was focused on the mom-to-be, the parents-to-be, and how much they will appreciate being able to conceive through my donation. And I didn't think about what it's going to be like to have my biological, my genetic child out there in the world. Initially, I thought nurture is more important than nature. But thinking about it again, I'm not so sure it's enough.
After the second donation, she decided she will not do it again.
If you're giving up an egg and you think of it as your baby, you should not give up that egg.
Mindy Schiffman, a psychologist at NYU's Fertility Center, counsels women who are donating their eggs. She says most of them do not regret their decision.
For most of the donors, money plays some role, but there's usually an altruistic motive as well.
They care about the people. They can really imagine. They're very empathetic.
And as for the recipients, they often care about finding an egg donor who is similar to them.
That's true for our Irish recipients or our, as I said, Italian recipients, Greek, African American. people want a donor that matches their ethnic or racial heritage.
Yet despite a couple's demands, sometimes the desire to have a child trumps everything. Yael Sivan is now 5 months pregnant. Once she decided to try egg donation, finding a Moroccan donor was as important to her as finding a Jewish donor. But ultimately, neither preference panned out.
I think at the beginning, you know, like I said before, it was just this immediate, it has to be a Jewish donor, it has to be someone that resembles me. You know, even Moroccan, I went from it had to be Moroccan to, okay, well, it has to be Jewish, okay, well, you know, I sort of gradually let it go.
According to some rabbis, the baby will have to undergo a conversion. Sivan and her husband plan to raise their child Jewish. But after 2 failed pregnancies, Sivan feels blessed to have received an egg at all, Jewish or not.
Yeah, I feel like such a blessing. It's a miracle to me. I never thought that it was going to happen.
For Columbia Television News, I'm Sivan Raviv.